Hey everyone, and welcome back to successvault. Today we're going to be talking about how Ignite employees reveal the truth about the king of Instagram, Dan Bilzerian. Make sure you stay until the end so you don't miss out on this big spender. A pot company? He is a poker player and an internet personality, but Dan Bilzerian could end up seeing his company Ignite go bankrupt in the next 2 weeks. Dan Bilzerian's new pot company may soon go up in smoke. Dan Bilzerian is a hard-partying, self-proclaimed king of Instagram. Ignite International, which sells a smorgasbord of weed-related products, burned through $50 million in 2019. Ignite lost $43 million on expenses related to marketing and promotion, as well as office leases alone, according to its annual filing first reported on by Forbes. Dan Bilzerian, aka the King of Instagram, is the CEO and founder of Ignite International Brands, etc., which specializes in electronic cigarettes, cannabis, and several other projects. Over the course of the last few months, worrisome reports have surfaced which hint at the company being hit by major financial issues, and according to a report by Forbes, Dan Bilzerian's Ignite lost a whopping $50 million last year. Indeed, Ignite appears to have footed the bill for Bilzerian's gun-toting, private jet-flying playboy lifestyle, paying him a salary as well as the travel expenses of other companies he owns. Dan Bilzerian, however, seems to be dismissive of such rumors, courtesy of his recent tweet in which he cited the example of Uber to draw a parallel and counter bankruptcy rumors about Ignite. Despite his dismissiveness, things don't seem to be looking up for the former US Navy SEALs trainee turned venture capitalist as Ignite continues its steep fall from grace. Who is Dan Bilzerian? Born on December 7, 1980 in Tampa, Florida, Dan Bilzerian is the son of corporate takeover specialist Paul Bilzerian and Terry Stephen. He is the brother of fellow poker player Adam Bilzerian. He is of Armenian descent through his father. His father was a corporate raider on Wall Street who set up trust funds for both his sons to live on. Bilzerian claims to have subsequently enrolled at the University of Florida and studied there for 4 years, majoring in business and criminology, but it's unclear if he ever graduated. The 39-year-old Bilzerian played in the 2008 World Series of Poker main event, finishing 180th place. In 2010, he was voted one of the funniest poker players on Twitter by Bluff magazine. In November 2011, Bilzerian was one of those who was sued over debt of honor winnings they had been paid in no-contract poker games by Toby Maguire. In 2011, claiming that he was present when the alleged gambling events had taken place and Rodriguez was not present, Bilzerian defended Alex Rodriguez publicly against accusations that he had gambled illegally. In November 2013, Bilzerian posted an unconfirmed claim that he won $10.8 million from a single night of playing poker. And in 2014, he claimed to have won $50 million throughout the year, adding that he doesn't play against professionals anymore, and the most he's ever lost in a single session was $3.6 million. Bilzerian has featured on Joe Rogan's podcast on social media platform YouTube, explaining the run-up to his poker career. Bilzerian's Los Angeles house, for example, has a monthly rent of $200,000. The house, along with the parties, boats, and models, are charged to Ignite International Limited, a company that Bilzerian helped to develop. TMZ, tabloid news website, reported that some of these funds included a $60,000 Star Wars gun set, a $50,000 bed frame, and a $75,000 paintball field. Besides the fact that these are the dream purchases of a 12-year-old, there is nothing fundamentally wrong with buying these items. That is, unless you made them with the company's credit card. According to Forbes, Ignite managed to lose a staggering $50 million in 2019. Ignite International Brands Limited, which Bilzerian runs, sells electronic cigarettes, CBD oils, water bottles, and vodka, among other products. Ignite is a public company headquartered in Toronto, Canada. They began trading in January 2019 under the BILZF ticker. The company reportedly lost over $50 million in 2019, mostly on marketing and office rental expenses. He loves Instagram. Bilzerian is constantly posting photos of himself on yachts, private jets, playing chess while surrounded by stacks of cash, and even posing with a massive gun with the Ignite logo carved onto its side. Ignite sells a wide range of products from water bottles and vodka to THC vape pens and CBD oils. Forbes cannabis reporter, however, wrote that he has never encountered a product from Ignite in the wild. The company, which began publicly trading in Canada in 2019 and trades under the BILZF ticker, has seen its stock plummet more than 70% in the ensuing year and a half to 70 cents. Page 6 reported last month that the 39-year-old entrepreneur recently lost a book deal with Simon & Schuster because he was too busy partying to deliver a manuscript. Bilzerian is no stranger to losing money. Ignite's financial records for Q2 were recently revealed nonetheless. This was 2.5 months after the deadline. However, they finally released it in a way nobody could find them. It's not even on their website, which is horrendous. What kind of public company doesn't put its own financials on its own website? That's unheard of. So they throw it on some website which is really hard to get to. However, we found it and we have some really interesting stuff. Based on the financials, the company in 2 weeks is going to be literally out of cash. Not balance sheet insolvency, not the theoretical accounting insolvency, they are out of cash in exactly 14 days. Based on these financials, the company started the year with $15.1 million. It ended the second quarter with $5.8, meaning it burned through $9 million in the span of 6 months. That means it burns through nearly $500,000 every single month. Now, if you have $5.8 million on June 30th, it literally means that you have 4 months to live. That's it. From June 30th, 4 months, you get to October 30th. They literally had zero growth from last year. A company that sells weed during a pandemic when everyone's stuck at home smoking weed had 0% growth over 1 year. That's insane. We were told that Ignite is going to get healthier, they're going to fix a lot of these things, they're going to spend less. Their expenditures are the same, their gross profit is abysmal, their efficiency is in the toilet. Like any good businessman, it seems that Bilzerian springs someone else with the bill. According to public records, Bilzerian also used Ignite as an ATM. He owns at least one stake in another company headquartered in Montana and Nevada, but used Ignite cash to pay salaries, licensing fees, business expenses, and travel expenses for companies owned by the CEO, according to the report. How much of this did Ignite choose to share with its shareholders and the holders of its debt until the annual report was released? Only the company can say, but it's fair to declare that the company publicly said that it was doing one thing, while it, or Dan Bilzerian, did another. In an interview in May 2019, former company president Jim McCormick, a former tobacco executive who pivoted to the cannabis sector after 2016, said, "We should look to be cash flow positive certainly in 2020. We run the company very lean and mean. Spoiler, they don't." Compare that to the confident boosterism to the doom and gloom in the annual report. Here's a telling passage from the company's directors, who declared that in order to keep going, they will need even more of someone else's money, and that now is a very bad time to go begging. The company will need to raise capital in order to fund its operations and continue its existing and prospective expansion into strategic markets. This need may be adversely impacted by uncertain capital market conditions, including those created by the COVID-19 pandemic, an inability to secure strategic partnerships in key markets, and an unfavorable perception of the Ignite brand, wrote the company's board of directors, before warning investors that the whole thing might be ready to self-immolate. Although the company has been successful in the past in obtaining financing, there is no assurance that it will be able to obtain adequate financing in the future, or that such financing will be on terms that are acceptable to the company, they continued. The uncertainty of the company's ability to achieve profitable operations and its success in raising additional capital funding may cast significant doubt on the company's ability to continue as a going concern. That same prognostication, failure is imminent, was also the analysis offered by the accounting firm that reviewed the company's books. Behold, some of the money Dan Bilzerian will use to keep Ignite afloat is also your money. The company reported receiving just short of $1.2 million in Paycheck Protection Program loans from the Small Business Administration. Ignite intends on applying for loan forgiveness, the company said. Okay, an enormous marketing machine that really didn't sell anything. A brand that its own directors worry may be toxic, floated by debt and investors. Is that all there is behind Dan Bilzerian's company? While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these videos on your screen. See you there.